the past and the present. As we look at our ancestors' gift to us, the etchings on the stones, on the walls of the petroglyphs, we have been here for centuries, and relationships have been here for centuries. What to follow?
For the old ones who taught us how to pray.
The native wellness brings those to us today, the past and the present, and those of the future. The focus of that is to have better life, a good, positive life, as we meet others as a relationship for our children, 7 generations.
So the Native Wellness Institute exists to provide training and technical assistance to Indian tribes and organizations and other people that want to learn about their personal growth and development. So getting on a wellness path. So we say that wellness is finding balance between our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So it's about getting on that wellness path for ourselves. And sometimes before we can do that, we have to really go through a healing process.
The Native Wellness Institute is an inspirational get-together of Indian people who really, in the year 2008, have done their work with the history, who have done some healing, who want their language, who want their songs, who want their Indian children to grow up in a different kind of world.
We fight to protect our culture and traditions.
The healthy relationship track is really to help individuals go through 4 days of intense looking inward and looking at, do they have what they want? Is the partner that they're with, what needs to happen to bring joy and to bring more happiness into that? Or if they're looking for a relationship, what mistakes have they made in the past or something that hurts that they don't want to repeat, and what do they themselves need to go through to show up as a better partner?
To me, healthy relationship is to heal within yourself. It comes from you. We start me. That's where it all begins, from within me.
As parents raising children, wouldn't that be an incredible thing to hand down to our children? Understanding how to have healthier relationships, so they don't have to go through some of the trial and error that we may have seen in our own lives. They don't have to face some of the conflicts and problems that we've seen around us, but they can make healthier choices from the beginning. So we can take these same principles and make sure that we're passing those on.
A healthy relationship to me is mutual respect and just a place, where you hold space for someone, you accept things, you're not saying it's okay, but you're just more able to cope, and life is life, and you have these skills that you've learned and you can use them, and it's just, there's a better way.
If we learned about healthy relationships from a cultural and traditional perspective, we would have healthy families, therefore we would have healthy communities, therefore we would have healthy leaders. We would elect healthy leaders, wouldn't we?
The personal development track is really helping Indian people to look at their own upbringing as a human being and a spiritual being, and to look at what gets in the way of their own growth.
It's been my experience in Indian country working with Native men that before they get to that level of creating a healthy relationship with their significant other, there is a lot of individual personal wellness that needs to be addressed. And so what are some of the issues for our Native men? The core, the anchor for wellness for our Native men is spirituality.
What I like is the Native men. They're never really not involved, and that's the difference. The Native men are involved with this conference. I think that's awesome.
The best part of healing is laughing at our own behavior. So these frozen feelings, we're going to work on, and at this conference, we're going to work on you bringing in the heat to thaw out those frozen feelings and also acknowledge the feelings. The professional development is to broaden their horizons, not only in the non-Indian world, but in the Indian world. What do they need to learn in order to raise their families in a better way?
When I think of wellness, sometimes I wonder, are we talking about people being sick to get well? But I think what we're really saying is that there's an imbalance in our lives. Things are not in balance. When we see the environment, that seems to be wasting away, the ice caps melting, when we see the economy today with the stock market and everything, what it says to me and all of us as tribal leaders, there's a certain sense of uncertainty in our lives today, things that stress us out. What does the future hold? And I think what you're doing here today really tells us, how do we stand in times like this? How does our culture and our foundation of who we are take us through when we worry about tomorrow?
Will you be a leader?
Will you teach a child?
Will you love and honor all our brothers and sisters?
Will you remember?
Imagine what life could be.
Imagine what life could be if life could be what you imagined.
What is something that you've learned that you can either bring to your current relationship or to a new relationship in the future that will be healthy? So here's one of our elders.
I learned that it's never too late or you're never too old to take the path of wellness.
Thank you.
Our children and our communities are the future, and if we don't fix the problem, in 20 years, we're going to be on the path to extinction. And I feel if I can inspire one person, they can inspire 10, and so for in 40 years, we won't be extinct. Because the path we're going, there will be no Native Americans in 100 years.
We have a responsibility to protect the future generations. And everything that we do today has to move us in that direction.
As you take a journey into your own heart, doors are going to open for you. You're going to walk into that light of goodness that was intended for you and your loved ones. So get on the path. Get out of denial. Don't wait. Daylight's burning.
That's what we want people to take home from this. We want people to be what we call wellness warriors. And a wellness warrior is going to live by the warrior spirit. And what that means is by being positive, productive, and proactive.
Talking to the participants, the things that they want to take home, the inspiration, the regeneration of their self-understanding in themselves. They want to take back and share this with their communities, at their local homes, wherever they are at. They keep talking, we need more, we need more. And we will fulfill that for these children that are here. It is a good thing. The inspiration is there. They're already fired up to come to the next Wellness Institute conference.
We live and love, sing and pray, walking together in a good way. We are happy,